So this is video 9. It's going to be an update about my life and what's been going on with Miss Griffin. Um, Approximately 3 to 4 days ago, I came in and seen Mom not doing good. I just noticed something in her eyes, and it's something that a doctor really can't tell because they're not here every day. It's something that the nurses can't tell because they've not been here as long as I have. And I just knew something was wrong in her eyes. Sent her out to the hospital, and basically it turned into a 3-day stint at St. Mary's Hospital, which is close by. Mom went in for UTI, onset of pneumonia, and she had a seizure while she was there. With that said, she's doing good now. She's clearing up and different things like that. She came back with a minor isolation, but she's back in the nursing home in Chicago. More importantly, this episode put into perspective a lot of different things that a person who's taking care of another adult sometimes have to. Unfortunately, it happened to me when I'm so young, and when I'm at that point where I'm trying to make a lot of things happen, trying to move to New York, trying to work in fashion, travel, and do a lot of things. But more importantly, my mom is sort of anchoring me for stability. And if you don't know about taking care of a disabled person, stability is one of the most important things to rehabilitation. Environment, comfort level, all those things, the same faces, a consistency and stability, I believe, are the biggest things to rehabilitation. In my 2 years of experience, I can say. So, Mom is back in the nursing home. Had a problem when she had a roommate, Lord forgive me, but this roommate was screaming and climbing all over the walls. It's like The Exorcist. Yeah, we definitely had to get her up out of there. So, I'm praying back and forth, because I'm supposed to be leaving. Me and Mom are supposed to be leaving to go to New York so that I can work, so that I can be in the industry, so that I can be close to a lot of the opportunities that I need in order to take care of us. Because regardless of what's happening with me, she always has to be taken care of. So those days, there isn't a day, there isn't a break, there isn't a vacation that I can have, because that person who knows the entire medical history has to be there. If you're talking about a person who's dependent on you, you're talking about a kid, someone has to be there and say, hey, don't stick her too much in those arms. If you can't draw blood because she's a hard stick, then you need to talk to the doctor about installing a PICC line. If someone needs to be there to say that she's had a history of UTIs, that she's had a history of seizures, and that she's on a certain amount of medication. Somebody has to be the advocate. Someone has to speak up for the person who cannot speak. And God has blessed me. And I really think it is a blessing. God has blessed me with the opportunity to be that sole person for my mom. So I can't complain. So I was praying back and forth like, Lord, what am I going to do? Lord, what am I going to do? I'm just getting published in a major magazine, major magazine, which I can't say the name of yet until it's printed due to contract. And so things are skyrocketing. And so I felt like I was being torn in two directions. But then I was listening to, we got to take it to church, folks. We got to take it to church. I was listening to this song Auntie Sandra used to play in the car. And it was by Yolanda Adams, and at the end of it, she would go, sometimes God's word for you is to stay where you are. Don't move to the left or to the right. Just stay right there in the center of my will. And while you're there, pray. And I just remember that hook. It just popped into my head. Don't move. Don't move to the left. Don't move to the right. Stay in the center of my will. That's my word. Sometimes people think, oh, he wants me to go, or he wants me to go back to where I was. And it might be that he wanted me to just stay and be still. And so I was talking to my cousin Kurt, instant messenger, and he said, and I was telling him kind of some of my, oh, Kurt, I feel like this is this. And he was like, don't trip. He's like, because with the work that you're doing, New York is going to come to you. Kurt preaching. He said New York is going to come to you. You ain't got to trip. You ain't got to worry about it. You don't got to fight, because New York is going to come to you. And not only New York, but more than that, bigger and better places. And that ministered to me. Yeah, I'm preaching. That ministered to me. And so I'm going to be doing whatever it takes, whatever is necessary, whatever sacrifice that it takes to make sure my mom is in the absolute best condition, to make sure that she has the absolute best. We had to switch doctors recently because the doctor was not communicating with me, and she was just in to get a check. So you know, we already cut that out. She has a great doctor. Mom, Medicare Part B has been approved. She's getting physical therapy for her contractions 5 days a week. She's getting therapy, electrostimulus therapy for her wound 5 days a week. So things are looking up, and things are going to be looking up for me too. And I think that all of these things, all of these trials and tribulations, all of the drama, all of the finding out who you are and finding out who you like and finding out who you don't like, that's all for a reason, because it makes you a stronger person. So I don't need to have muscles buckling out of my head and wearing a do-rag and Timberlands to let you know that I'm tough or strong. The real strength comes when you have to have that integrity. The real strength comes when you have to be there every day, regardless of how you feel, regardless if you're hungry, tired, sleepy, mad, want to go out, just got your hair cut or what, you still have to be there. And that's a humbling experience, which says God that He can trust you in a little bit, that you got a commitment and a consistency, to someone or some person or some other thing, that He can trust you in a lot. So when it becomes the big things, when you become the leader of a free world, when you become the head of whatever industry, you'll still have that integrity and that moral compass to say that even though I like what I like, I know the reality of the situation. So I don't know if there's somebody out there in the YouTube world. I don't know if there's somebody in my own family who's going through this. I know my cousins just went through this with my Auntie Nina. But I do know that I'm not complaining, because it could be a lot worse. I know that my mom would love to say, damn, the bus taking too long, or man, it's windy outside. When is the cold gonna come? When is the heat gonna come? But no, I know she would love to trade places with us. So who am I to complain? And I'm out there in it, and I'm out there waiting for the light to change. Man, it's a long light. We have to be grateful for what we got, and grateful that, and know that it could always be a lot worse. That's the end of my YouTube video. I love you. I love you. Hey, mommy. I love you, woman. I love you, woman.
You're such a special lady, though I haven't told you lately. So let